Hello, everyone. We're ready for some math. Let's do it. Okay. I have to turn my music down first. How do I do that? Just be patient with me. Okay, I'm turning my music off. All right. Today, you are perhaps going to learn the coolest thing you've ever done in math, ever. But first, we have to do some refreshing. So, in the last video, we converted decimals to fractions, right? Right. So let's say we did 0.31, and I said, convert this decimal into a fraction. And I told you, this is the tenths, this is the hundredths. So you write 100 and put your number over it, 31. This is exactly how you do it. But I'm going to show you a different way to do it so that you can understand what I'm going to teach you in the future. We're going to convert decimals to fractions using the power of 10. Dun, dun, dun! The power of 10. 10 is a magical number. You can do so many cool things with 10. Let me show you one cool thing you can do with 10. So we're starting with 0.31, and I want to convert this to a fraction. So put your decimal over the number 1. Then multiply it by 10. 0.31 times 10, all you do is move the decimal over 1, so you get 3.1. And 1 times 10 is 10. So 0.31 over 1 times 10 is 3.1 over 10. Well, I've still got a decimal here. I'm trying to get rid of it. So I need to multiply it by 10 again. Move this over again. And then I've got 31, 10 times 10 is 100. Look at that, 31 over 100, 31 over 100, and we used the power of 10. Let's do another one. Let's say 0.6. Now, let's make it a little bit more difficult. Let's say 0.67. Convert 0.67 into a fraction. All right, so I put my decimal over 1. Oops, 0.67 over 1. I multiply it by 10, and that moves this decimal over 1. I get 6.7 over 10 times 1 is 10. I've still got a decimal. I need to get rid of that, so I have to multiply it by 10 again. Now I've got 67 over 100. There you go, 67 over 100, and I did it using the power of 10. Okay, so you all understand how to convert a decimal into a fraction using the power of 10. Now, I'm going to do one more quick little review of some baby math you should have learned last year. Let's do 9x equals 36. How do we solve this? Solve for x. We divide by 9, divide by 9. These 9s cancel each other out. X equals 36 divided by 9. X equals 4. Let's do one more. I don't know, 3x equals 21. Solve for x. Divide by 3, divide by 3. These 3's cancel each other out. X equals 21 divided by 3. X equals 7. Okay, that should not have been new for anyone. You should know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, like if this was confusing to you, I need you to contact me directly and I'll do a private tutoring session with you. And I'm happy to do it. So really, if that confused you, just send me an email and I'll set up a Zoom meeting and you and me will meet. But you should know how to do that. All right, gonna move on to perhaps the coolest math thing you have ever seen. We are going to convert repeating decimals into fractions. So now you're asking, Mrs. Gibbons, what is a repeating decimal? A repeating decimal is a number, a decimal, that goes on and 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 on, and it never, ever, ever, ever stops. We write decimals like this with a little line over it like this. Anytime you see a decimal with a little line over it like this, it means it's repeating forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. It can be, let's say, 0.13 repeating. That means 0.13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, and on and on and on and on and on forever. It could be 0.28769 repeating. That's 0.28769, 28769, 28769, 28769, and it never, ever, ever stops. So if you see this line right here, it means repeating. Okay, now convert 0.7 repeating into a fraction. I almost wrote decimal there. I don't know what was wrong with me. Okay, look at me. I'm stopping right now. Look me in the eyes. Don't be afraid. Some of you in this class are going to freak out when I show you how to do this. Just calm down, take some deep breaths. Just because you don't understand it the first time doesn't mean you're not gonna understand it the second time. I'm gonna go very slowly. I'm gonna go step by step through exactly how to do it, and I don't want you to freak out. If you don't understand the first time, don't stop the computer and slam it down and go storming off and saying, I don't get it. Don't do that. Just be chill, be calm. You're going to be okay. I'm gonna walk you through it and you're gonna get it. Okay, let's do this. pick up a pencil, pick up a notebook, and write these steps down. It's very important to me that you take math notes. If we were in the classroom right now, I would be walking around the room to make sure you were writing this down. Number 1, set your decimal equal to a variable. What's a variable? A variable is a letter. So, and you all know, you should know this by now, that usually we use the letter X. So X equals 0.7 repeating. Set your decimal equal to a variable. This was my decimal. I set my decimal equal to a variable. That's it. Number 2, multiply your variable by the magic number 10. So now we've got 10x equals, well, what would 10x be? We'd move our decimal over once, and we'd have 7.7 repeating. Because these 7s go on and on and on and on and on, they never stop. So it's 10x equals 7.7 repeating. Number 3, subtract 1x. Subtract x. Subtract x. X is 0.7 repeating. What is 10x minus 1x? 10x minus 1x is 9x, right? And what is 7.7 repeating minus 0.7 repeating? Well, 7 minus 0 is 7, but 7 repeating minus 7 repeating is 0, right? Like 3 minus 3 is 0, 7 minus 7 is 0, 0.3 minus 0.3 is 0, 0.7 minus 0.7 is 0, 0.3 repeating minus 0.3 repeating is 0. So 0.7 repeating minus 0.7 repeating is 0. So here we are back at our problem. Now it's gotten really, really easy. Solve for x. Number 4. Solve for x. What would we do here? We would divide by 9, divide by 9. These 9s cancel each other out. X equals 7/9. And what does x equal? X equals 0.7 repeating. 0.7 repeating equals 7/9. Okay. I know, because I've been teaching math for a long time, I know that some of you followed that perfectly and are like, wow, that's pretty cool. But some of you are like, Mrs. Gibbons, you are a crazy woman. I have no idea what you're talking about. That didn't make any sense to me at all. So for you, we're gonna do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do convert 0.3 repeating into a fraction. All right, what do we do first? Number 1, set your decimal equal to a variable. So 0.3 repeating equals x. Number 2, multiply your variable by the magical number 10. 10x equals, if 1x is 0.3 repeating, we would move this over 1 and we get 3.3 repeating. Number 3, subtract 1x minus x minus 0.3 repeating, because 0.3 repeating is x, we're just doing it to both sides. What is 10x minus 1x? 10x minus 1x is 9x. 3.3 repeating minus 0.3 repeating. Well, 3 minus 0 is 3. 0.3 repeating minus 0.3 repeating is 0. So we'd have a 0.0 here. Now, number 4, solve for x. All we have to do. How do we solve for x? We divide by 9, cancel this out. X equals 3/9. X is 0.3. 0.3 repeating equals 3/9. Isn't that the coolest thing you have ever seen? And you're supposed to lie to me and say, oh yes, Mrs. Givens, that is the coolest thing I have ever seen. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Let's do 1.2, repeating. Convert 1.2 repeating into a fraction. All right, what do we do first? First, set your decimal to a equal to, there should be equal to a variable. X equals 1.2 repeating. What do we do next? Multiply your variable by 10. Magical number 10. 10x equals what? We move this over and the 2 goes on and on and on and on and on. So 10x equals 12.2 repeating. Now what do? We subtract 1x minus x minus 1.2 repeating, because 1.2 repeating was our x. 10x minus 1x is 9x. 12 minus 1 is 11. Sorry, my pen messed up. 12 minus 1 is 11. 0.2 repeating minus 0.2 repeating is 0. So we've got 9x equals 11. Number 4, solve for x. How do we solve for x? Divide by 9, divide by 9. These cancel each other out. We've got x equals 11 over 9. Our x is 1.2 repeating. 1.2 repeating equals 11 over 9. That is so cool. Okay, so here's the thing. You have to make this decision in your own head, and you have to be honest with yourself. If you really, really understood that, and I can call on you in class tomorrow and say, you do one of these for me, then you're good. Close the computer, you're done with class. If you didn't really understand and you need to watch this video again, don't do it right now. Right now, right this second, close the computer and go take a break. Go do something else. Come back and watch this video again, because it'll help you. I promise. I went very slowly, step by step. Sometimes some people just need to hear things more than once. Sometimes you just need some time to process, go away, do something, come back, watch the video again, and you'll get it. So we're gonna practice this in class tomorrow, and you have no idea who I'm gonna call on. I'm just gonna randomly call on you, and you're gonna have to do this. You're gonna have to tell me each step. You're gonna have to tell me what to do. So, great. If you got it, close the computer, you're done. If you didn't really understand, watch this video again later, okay? And I'll see you in class tomorrow. Bye-bye.